Hi, welcome back. That was part one. I just made a really big mess in my floor here. Dumped a whole jar of liquid white on my floor. Had to clean it up. So, welcome to part two of the birch forest. We got our undercoating here of our. So I'm putting my highlights for the grassy area here, and let's see if we can't make another mess here in a minute. I'm sure we can. You should see my studio. It's covered in paint and everything else. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go with some sap green, a little bit of cad yellow, sap green, a little bit of white, and we're just gonna tap in some highlight colors on our grass here. Try not to slide your brush. You slide your brush, you're gonna make it. You're not gonna have any. Well, you'll have your slide marks. I mean, you'll have like that. That don't look like grass. So just tap it in. Real easy to get those slide marks, but you can also cover them up real easy too. So and go about like that, and just vary your colors. You got your yellows and your greens and your blues. Put them all on your brush, and you'll have all kinds of color here. And just tap in that color. Tap the color onto the canvas. Little tip for you, wherever you're going to do this painting, make sure it's easy cleanup. Hardwood floors, don't try not to do this on carpet. And I would put something down. My floor in here is needing to be replaced anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But you do, if you're like me, you'll make a mess. I've made plenty of messes in this old house. On my studio here. Well, I call it a studio. It's actually just a front room that I paint in. But I paint and film in here, so my doggies ain't allowed in here. They like to eat things that they shouldn't. So I got them blocked off from coming in here. They think I deserted them, I think. But they know better, should. Anyway, just keep putting in your tap marks here on your grass. Vary the colors. Get you some more, get a little more, Indian yellow, yellow ochre. Just get it all over that brush. And then just kind of tap it in. And if you want something, if you think you got a nice streak of, I don't know, a light coming in here, lighten it up just a little bit. Just get a little bit of liquid white, which I spilled all over the place, or a little bit of yellow, just plain old yellow on your brush, and tap it in there, and you'll have a little more lighter color. I'm keeping this kind of dark because in my mind there's a lot of trees, and we'll put some more trees here and over here. Some of them will come across these little puddles, but so it's going to be kind of dark. I don't want it too bright, because this is going to be deep, to me, in my mind anyway, kind of deep in the forest. And you're just gonna keep, it just be really dark. It wouldn't be that, to me, it wouldn't be that, that bright in the middle of a dense forest somewhere, right? So we're just gonna tap this in and keep going, keep going, keep going. And you can put another puddle of water here. Just add a little bit of white to your brush, put another little puddle in there, just pull straight down, go across, add the rocky area around it. You're good to go. This is just going to keep going like this till we get this, till I get all my grass the way I want it. Get a little bit more green in there. There we are. And we're just going to go tippy tap right through here. Get something in there that you don't like, just keep tapping over the top of it, and it'll bring that color underneath it back to the surface. And it'll, you got it too light, it'll bring that dark color back up and it'll darken up automatically. You just keep tapping it. Leave a little bit showing, a little bit of that dark color underneath, showing every once in a while. Be like a low area in your grass. Okay, I'm going to stop tippy tapping for right there, because we're going to put in a nice little cabin with some trees and all that kind of good stuff around it, and then we'll finish putting in our grassy area over here, and maybe do something else over here. But in my head, I think we're going to put a little cabin right here. Now what we're going to do is first scrape out the shape of your cabin. And there's the one eave right here. Right there. Let me get a paper towel real quick. Just, you got your one eave. Now try and go that same angle over here, and then go back and just go here. There's your little, and you're not committed yet if you don't like the shape of your house here. You just tap it back in with the color, the grass. I'll try to get all this paint underneath this off, because I got quite a bit here. Make for the next thing to stick rather easily. Now you're going to take just that brown, Van Dyke brown, on your old knife here. Just like we did everything else, nice roll of paint on the end of your knife. We're going to go, this is the back part of your roof right there. Back eave. Now we're going to go try and go the same angle as that. If your angles are off, it's going to make this look really weird. And then you're just like a 3D 3D drawing here. You're gonna go straight back. Look at that, you can have that back eave. You want this angle the same here as this eave. Otherwise, you're gonna be off. You're gonna look like you have a dilapidated roof. And then nobody will be able to live in your little cabin. You don't want somebody to stay here. I'm trying to make a halfway decent cabin here. There we go. And then we're going to fill this in with just brown. Just get this fan background. As you can see, not a very good carpenter. I start with the roof and then go down. I don't think you could do that in real life. I've never seen anybody start with building the roof first and then the walls second. Usually don't work that way. If anybody has done that, I'd like to see the video. Alright, here we go. Gotta pick a stopping point on your roof and just bring it down to that. Now we're gonna put some shingles and stuff on this side. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just gonna block in some color right now. We'll come back over it here in just a little bit with some highlights and stuff. I wanted it coming down just a little bit further. At least I do. You can put your roof any way you want to do it. Yeah, if you really wanted to, you could make a really dilapidated cabin and have no roof at all. You wanted to. Make it look like it was caved in and everything. But we're not going to go into that big a detail right now. Kind of just block in your shape there. And keep coming down. There we go. And then straight down. Go in just before that roof does over there and go straight down. Now we're going to put some walls up to hold this roof up. Like I said, I've never seen the roof just sitting there and then build the cabin around the roof. I've never seen anybody do that before. Not in real life, anyway. But that's why I like to paint. You can make this, you can do this any way you want to do it. We're just putting in the color right now. We're going to put in the highlights in just a minute. I'll highlight this old cabin. Make it look halfway decent here. Hopefully, anyway. That's the plan. He's a pretty rough looking cabin right at the moment, isn't he? Some of my cabins stay rough looking. Straight down, like so. All right, there's our rough looking cabin. And we're gonna make some highlights here. We gotta decide where our light is coming from. I don't think we ever said in this one, so we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna take the same color, rock color that we had our highlights from, and which is just a little burnt sienna. Alright, let's clean up a place to work here. You'd think with a palette as big as I got, I wouldn't run out of room. But I forgot the idea. I made my own palette. I bought one time, and it wasn't big enough. So I just went down to a hardware store. Got a quarter sheet of Lexan, cut it to the shape I wanted, and that's what I've been using. It was actually cheaper than the first palette I bought. So we're going to take a little of that burnt sienna, a little bit of brown, some ochre, yellow ochre. I was trying to remember the name of it. And some white. Well, quite a bit of white because we're going to lighten this up. There we go. Now see, you don't want it mixed up too much. I like the variations in color. I'm going to get the switch over to the smaller knife. And we're going to cut off that little roll of paint there. And I think this here is going to be the lit side. That's going to be the unlit side. Yeah, just drag it down. Not a lot of pressure, just a little bit. This is a house, so you don't want it to be too, well, you can make it as rough as you want. You can get it real rough looking and leave it that way if you want. But I want it just when it's a little bit smoother. And we'll find that corner right there, and that's where we're going to leave it right there, just like that. Don't worry, we'll come along and get our perspective just right here in just a little bit. Back here, we're just under that eave right there. Eave of that roof. And there's going to be grass and everything at this guy's foot. That will take and just chop off what we don't want. Just like so. He'll be kind of a thin looking cabin, isn't he? That's alright. I don't want him to look that way. I think we're going to have a lot of bushes and stuff in here. He's going to be looking like he's kind of overgrown. He's lost in the woods here. We're going to put in a little door here. I like to scrape off a door. Who's that? All right, we're going to pause for just a minute.